You know him, right? Donald Trump, Elon Musk,
Yeah.
always in the headlines.
Oh, yeah, can't seem to get away from him.
But get this. What if those headlines were about them, well, as partners?
Huh. Now that'd be something.
Sounds crazy, maybe. But the source we're diving into today, it actually suggests a Trump-Musk alliance. Could be a big win for America.
Really?
Yeah, so we're digging deep right into this excerpt called simply The Pasted Text.
A pasted text. Okay.
I know. Doesn't sound like much, but trust me, it makes a strong case, a really compelling case for why this partnership, unlikely as it seems, could be huge, like a total game changer.
I'm intrigued, gotta say. But, gotta address the elephant in the room. Lots of skepticism out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially from Democrats, right? They see Musk getting involved. They worry about, him overstepping maybe Democratic norms a bit.
Yeah, you're right. Representative Barbara Lee, she's been pretty vocal about that, hasn't she?
Oh, yeah, very much so.
But here's the thing. The pasted text, it kind of puts this partnership into context, a historical context.
Historical? How so?
Well, it reminds us that powerful people outside of government influencing policy. That's not exactly new in America.
True. You thinking like the robber barons?
Exactly. Think Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, even Andrew Carnegie.
Ah, titans of industry. Yeah, they definitely shaped things, didn't they?
Big time. And the argument here, the point the pasted text is making, is that Musk, he kind of fits that mold in a lot of ways.
Okay, see, now that's an interesting comparison, but is that enough? Just historical parallels?
Well, no, you're right. It's got to go deeper, right? Show us how it actually worked.
Right, exactly. It's one thing to name drop some big names, but how would this actually play out?
That's where the pasted text gets really interesting. It looks at Musk's, well, his whole track record.
Yeah, like Tesla, SpaceX.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive, you gotta admit.
Right. And it's not just about being a successful businessman. It's that he's an innovator, someone who pushes the limits constantly. The source, it even says he bends reality to his will.
Bends reality. That's quite a statement.
It is. But think about it. Tesla's impact on, well, sustainable transportation, or how SpaceX has completely changed the game for space travel.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Hard to argue with those results.
So you see the connection, how the source brings those achievements into the picture with this Trump partnership.
Starting to, yeah. But what's the real value here? Not just money, right?
Exactly. The source argues that Musk brings this deep understanding of, well, complex systems, infrastructure, technology, energy, things any modern government needs to grapple with.
Okay, so Musk's expertise, it's an asset to policymakers. Interesting.
Right. But that leads to the big question, doesn't it? What about him being, well, some unelected power player?
Ah, the shadow president concern. Yeah, that's a big one.
And the pasted text, it tackles that head on. It says, getting advice from experts outside the government. That's normal, happens all the time.
Sure, makes sense. Any administration does that.
The key the source emphasizes is transparency, accountability.
So not about Musk calling all the shots, more like offering his insights to help to make better policy.
Exactly. And you know what the source points to? Musk being so active on X, what used to be Twitter.
Oh, yeah, always tweezing something.
It uses that as an example of him being willing to be transparent, putting his ideas out there, suggestions. And it suggests that that kind of open discussion, that's crucial to make sure the partnership benefits the public.
Makes sense. Keeps things in check.
But can we really expect transparency, like real transparency, from someone like Trump? He's not exactly known for being an open book.
True. How does the source deal with that?
Well, the pasted text, it admits Trump's style can be, well, unpredictable, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But it also suggests that his being pragmatic, his willingness to break with tradition, those could actually be advantages in this partnership.
Huh. So it's like, instead of a weakness, the source sees Trump's unpredictability as a potential strength.
Right, because he's not afraid to shake things up, to try new approaches. And when you put that together with someone like Musk, who's, well, always challenging the status quo, it could lead to some truly innovative solutions.
I see where they're going with this. A sort of clash of the titans, but in a good way, maybe?
Exactly. Starting to see the potential here, aren't you?
Yeah, starting to. But gotta ask, how does the source actually see this working day to day? Who does what?
Good question. The pasted text calls it a strategic partnership.
Strategic, okay.
Trump would set the vision, the big picture stuff, using his political experience. And Musk, he'd be in charge of the how, developing those innovative solutions, tapping into his expertise in tech and infrastructure.
So not a boss-employee kind of thing, more like each leveraging their own strengths.
Exactly. Makes you think about it differently, doesn't it?
It does, it does. But wouldn't people still say Musk's the one really pulling the
Oh,
strings?
for sure, some would. But the source, it pushes back on that. It says, Trump, way too independent to be anyone's puppet.
Fair point.
And it suggests Trump sees Musk as a valuable ally, someone who can help him achieve, well, his big ambitious goals.
Makes sense. They both have that kind of go big or go home energy,
Yeah.
right?
Right. But let's be honest. This partnership, it'd be under a microscope constantly. How does the paste-to-text address that?
Yeah, scrutiny would be intense, that's for sure.
Well, the source says instead of approaching it with, like, skepticism and fear, we should be open to it.
Open-minded, huh?
It suggests this collaboration could actually be a model for how leaders from different worlds can come together to tackle those big, messy challenges.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
So basically, the paste-to-text is saying, don't judge it before you see it in action.
Don't knock it till you try it. Okay, I'm getting on board, but what about specifics? What could this partnership actually do?
Yeah, what about those concrete benefits? That's what we'll be diving into next.
So the pasted text, it really digs into the potential upsides, things that could actually touch your life.
Yeah, like what specifically?
Well, one big one is Musk's whole vision for transportation, especially electric vehicles and even Hyperloop systems.
Hyperloop. I know, sounds futuristic, right?
Yeah.
But the source, it actually argues it could be done, especially with this kind of partnership.
Exactly. They say you combine Musk's tech savvy with, well, Trump's knack for those huge infrastructure projects. That's the recipe right there.
Imagine that commute, huh? Zipping across country in no time.
Nah, that'd be something else. But it's not just getting around faster. There's also the energy piece.
Oh, right, energy independence. That's a biggie.
Source talks about using Tesla's know-how, solar, batteries, all that, to build a grid that's both cleaner and, well, less reliant on others.
Yeah, and for the pasted text, that's a top priority, this partnership tackling energy. It even says Trump sees that as a national security issue, not just like an environmental thing.
Makes sense, right? And who better to lead the charge than the guy who, well, pretty much flipped the car industry on its head?
Okay, but what about our wallets? Does the pasted text get into the economics of this whole thing?
Oh, absolutely. They argue all this innovation, it'd have this ripple effect, boost entrepreneurship, bring in investment, maybe even kickstart whole new industries.
Jobs, basically.
Lots of them, this source suggests. And not just any jobs, but the kind of jobs that'll be around tomorrow, higher standard of living, all that good stuff.
So it's not just creating jobs, it's making sure we're ready for those jobs, right? Education, training, that sort of thing?
Exactly. Investing in people right alongside the tech. Gotta have both.
One thing that stuck out to me, though, is how the source talks about, well, government bureaucracy.
Yeah, the red tape. Everybody loves to hate it.
The pasted text basically says Musk. He's all about challenging the old ways of doing things, making processes faster. And that could be a huge help.
Cutting through the BS, yeah. A lot of businesses, regular folks too. They'd love that, I bet.
The source even calls it creating the right conditions for, like, American ingenuity to flourish.
Sounds good, but it can't be all sunshine and roses, right? Gotta be some bumps in the road.
Oh, for sure. The pasted text acknowledges that. Personalities, for one. Both Trump and Musk, they're well known for being strong-willed.
Yeah, both used to getting their own way. Could see that leading to some clashes.
Right. And even if they figure out how to work together, you got the media, the public, watching their every move. Can't imagine that'd be easy to deal with.
Not to mention the political blowback.
Oh, yeah. Totally forgot about that.
Democrats already on edge about this whole thing, and who knows, some Republicans might not be thrilled about Musk either. That's a lot to juggle.
So it's not just about Trump and Musk getting along. It's about them selling this whole thing to the rest of us, right? Convincing people it's a good idea.
Exactly. They got to show it's more than just, personal gain or playing politics. Got to have a bigger purpose.
And the pasted text, it actually suggests how to do that. Frame it as a mission. Something focused on solving those big problems, building a better future for America.
That's a good angle. Maybe even win over some of the skeptics.
Right. But enough about the theory, right? What would this actually look like for you, the listener?
That's the million-dollar question. If this partnership really happened, what would you want to see them do?
What matters to you? How could they make a difference in your life?
Think about that for a sec, because next time we're going to explore what a Trump-Musk America could mean from your perspective.
All right, so we've spent this deep dive really digging into this whole Trump-Musk partnership thing, right? Laid out the arguments from the pasted text, talked about what could be amazing and, well, what could go wrong.
Lots to unpack, for sure.
But now Got to shift gears a bit.
Yeah.
What about you listening? What would this actually mean for you personally?
Yeah, we've talked big picture, national stuff, but how might this actually touch your daily life, your work, your community, all that?
The pasted text, one thing it really hammers home is this idea of empowering people, you know, creating opportunities for everyone.
Sounds great, but what does that look like, in reality?
Well, let's say you're a student, right? Could this partnership change how you learn?
Would schools be different? More resources, maybe?
More chances to, I don't know, follow what you're passionate about. The pasted text, it suggests this administration, they'd be big on STEM education, vocational training too, getting people ready for those high-tech jobs.
Makes sense. But what if you're not in school anymore? What if you're trying to start a business? Be your own boss.
Ah, the entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
Well, the source talks about making it easier, less red tape, regulations streamlined, a more competitive market, that sort of thing.
So basically a better environment to, succeed.
That's the idea. And it suggests that Musk, with his business smarts, and Trump knowing how to make deals, they could create this climate where American innovation really takes off.
Okay, that's the economic side. But what about the social stuff, the environment, all that?
Oh, the pasted text definitely touches on that.
Okay.
Big priority, it says, would be investing in sustainable infrastructure, renewable energy, protecting our planet, basically.
Yeah, those things matter to everyone, right? It doesn't matter what your politics are, how much money you got.
The source even argues this Trump-Musk thing, it could go beyond those political divides. Unite people around this idea of building a better future for America, for everyone.
That's a tall order, gotta say. A lot of folks would be skeptical, I bet.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But the pasted text, it challenges us to think big, to imagine what might be possible if these two, put aside their differences and really work together.
It's an interesting thought experiment, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, it's not just up to them, right?
Exactly. It's on all of us, too. So as we wrap up this deep dive, got to ask yourself, what kind of future do you want? For yourself, your community, the whole country.
Yeah, think about that. And then ask, this partnership, this Trump-Musk thing, could it help make that future happen? Or would it get in the way?
Keep those questions in mind. Keep talking about them. Keep exploring, right? And hey, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Always appreciate you.